What's a modern day scam that's become normalized and we don't realize it's a scam anymore? The idea of working hard to afford a home and being able to retire comfortably. Ambulances in the US, the whole medical system here really. Instagram influencers using their kids as bait to advertise products. Tipping for services in the US, and it's getting worse. It's a way to pay lower wages to employees and expect consumers to pay a surcharge to make up for it. More workers are expecting tips and the expected amount is going up. I travel globally and don't see anything like it anywhere else. Corporate home buying on a massive scale. They pay more than asking price, because when they do, the higher price will increase the value of the other homes they own. The system wasn't set up this way, and they are positioned to do some serious damage to the economy. Nobody else mentioned so far. Printer cartridges. Production costs about 20 to 30 cents, selling for $15, sometimes up to $35. Service charge for buying cinema tickets online. I've got to pay you to buy something from you? Insurances. The only effing business in the world who will fight you claw and teeth to deny you the product you have been paying for years. Go get. Releasing unfinished, unplayable, massively buggy video games. Raise the price of a product a day before they go on sale so that people think they are getting it at a discount. Amazon is pretty bad at this. I try to look for deals for a small subreddit I run and I come across such products all the time. Pet rent and security deposits. I don't have an apartment, but a lot of my friends do. I find it ridiculous you have to pay $600 plus in deposits and fees and then your dog is expected to go out and get a job for $1,200 more a year. In my youth I had a lot of apartments. Despite leaving them spotless, I never once got my security deposits back and I never had animals. To me, they are just excuses to rob tenants of more money. Weddings and every business tied to weddings. $30,000 for one day? F that. Hedge funds shorting American businesses to bankruptcy, for profit. Adding water to poultry and ham while processing it, calling it broth or enhanced flavoring. Buying tech devices, for premium prices, then still having to pay subscriptions to make them actually do what they're supposed to do. Video games. I say this as a gamer. The fact that microtransactions got so normalized is sad, especially if it's in the form of loot boxes. I cannot feel genuinely excited for any game anymore. Streaming services. Not only do you have to pay for a single channel/service, you now have to pay even more to not have ads or to unlock premium content. Absurd. Edit. Yes, it's cheaper than cable, but it's rapidly not becoming the case. Diamonds. There's loads of them, but apparently they're rare, so sell for major stacks. Beauty industry. All of it. They purposefully make people insecure about their appearances to sell countless beauty products that we wouldn't need otherwise. Hidden fees, especially in the medical and hospitality industries. Medical insurance not covering dental or vision. Like, it's all connected, guys. If you have a badly abscessed tooth, you're likely going to need medical care, even if you have dental that covers the extraction or root canal or whatever. Razor blades. Specifically Gillette, nearly £30 for 6 of the new ones. Transaction fees when using online banking. I do all the work filling out the form so a bank employee doesn't have to, yet I get charged the same. Chocolate bars becoming a smaller size and are still charged the same price and or increased price. Digital copies of pretty much anything. You literally do not own it in any way, shape, or form. Buying razors/replacement blades. It's pretty much cheaper to buy a new razor than get a pack of replacement blades at twice the price or more. Same goes with it's cheaper if you buy 2 type scams you see with certain bottled drinks. Unpaid internships, especially when they're required for your education. But we pay you in experience/knowledge/exposure. You can't put a price on that, that's being greedy. Yes I can, because my time is worth money just like yours. Birthday cards. £2 to £5 for a piece of cardboard that says happy birthday. What's wrong with saying happy birthday in person? Hustle culture. Working 90-hour weeks and having no life outside of work is not healthy, nor is it sustainable. Mother's Day, Father's Day, Valentine's Day, Black Friday. All exist and were created for economic stimulus and to make you spend money. Free trials that automatically roll over to paid subscriptions. I worked at Spotify and we used to tell customers that it was mentioned in print on the free trial, implying that they're just not reading observantly. But the print is so small, it's almost an afterthought. I felt disgusted when I was there. Imagine blaming the customers. Edit. Life pro tip, cancel your free trial as soon as you get them. The free trial will still run its course and it'll automatically revert to free once it runs out. Planned obsolescence. Printers are most notorious for this. Some brands, I had this long ago with HP, if I remember correctly, build their hardware in such a way that it will stop working after an amount of time. Typically, this time is after the legal warranty periods of whatever region they're selling in. The purpose is simple. Force the customer to bring their hardware in for expensive repairs, or even buy a new piece altogether. Nowadays you notice the same thing with batteries as well. Surely nobody believes it's a coincidence that battery life has become so terrible in recent years, while batteries are also no longer easily replaceable? DLCs. I mean, you left the game unfinished and we still have to pay for the rest? If you don't have the resources to support your child, the state will take that child from you and give it to someone else along with the resources to support such child. Why hasn't anyone mentioned the US college educational system? Not being able to cancel a subscription online. I can subscribe in 5 minutes, but I need to call your service agents and am forced to be rude to them to cancel it because as long as my voice sounds friendly they try to resell the damn subscription. Employers insisting that employees not talk about their salaries and job listings not posting salaries. Pre-ordering games. You pay money to get a game on launch without even knowing if it's good or even playable, and most of the time you can find the game in stores pretty easily the same or next day, and if you pre-order online sometimes you don't even get it the same day. Circumcision. Hospitals and medical companies are making a fortune on it and it is completely unnecessary. Social media. It used to be a way to connect with people. It is now one big lie and divides us. Dating apps. Think about it from an economics perspective. If you succeed on a dating app, then they lose a customer. So it's in a dating app's best interest to keep you single and miserable and desperate for as long as possible so you'll give them more money. There is no economic incentive for dating apps to ever work, even though more people meet their significant other via an app than ever before. I got lucky on one and met my long-term girlfriend on one that wasn't actually monetized yet, but the experience on dating apps in general were awful, and I think dating would have been a better experience if dating apps weren't the norm nowadays. Juice cleanse/detox tea. Your liver and kidneys do that already, and it's free. Not a monetary scam, but putting the majority of the responsibility of stopping climate change/fixing the environment onto the normal people. I've worked in the food industry, and I can tell you for a fact that it doesn't mean anything if I sort my rubbish when every day a single, small-scale factory is throwing out literal tons of wasted product, not to mention the energy wasted in making that product. Tons of shit falls on the floor, perfectly usable food, but not pretty enough to sell, just gets tossed like it's nothing, and even in my usual sector, engineering, the amount of metal that's wasted and the liters upon liters of grease and oil just everywhere would stun you. Why the F am I putting in the effort to save power and make less waste when these barely regulated companies are getting away with this? It's so disheartening. Bought a train ticket online and couldn't travel as I had COVID. The ticket was £10 and I requested a refund for which I got a full refund minus an admin fee of £5. Done online and quite clearly fully automated, total scam. I'm looking at you, Trainline. Baggage fees on airlines, introduced temporarily after 9/11, and here we are 20 years later. The lottery, that money is obviously not going towards public schools. Donations at big companies like Walmart, don't donate through them ever. They get to take it and donate it for a huge tax write-off and literally profit off it. Donate directly to charities. Tipping. Not saying you shouldn't tip at all, but how every single Apple checkout tablet automatically assumes you're tipping. I went to get froyo the other week and the checkout asked me if I preferred a 20, 25, or 30% tip? Like what? I just made my own froyo and you still want me to give you a 30% tip? American democracy, your vote is weighted based on where you live and you can only choose between two candidates bought by corporations and rich individuals. Candidates who gain majority of votes can still lose and winners of elections get to redraw districts to make sure they keep winning. Donating at the grocery store so that they can write it off in their name. Any food delivery app. Take another look at all the costs. Want a $15 thing? Must have a minimum charge of at least $20. Not to mention they usually charge 10% to 25% more per item through the app. Not the restaurant's fault. Oh, it's what the app charges. Then the delivery fee of like $5 or $6. Very little of which goes to the drive. Then taxes. Then the random fee that serves no purpose besides a convenience fee. Then the tip, because if it's a tipping position, minimum wage drops to like $2 an hour or whatever it is. And the Grubhub or whatever gets away with a slave wage. Also, I hear they take part of the tip and give some bullshit excuse, which is wage theft in my opinion. Still don't know how they're allowed to operate. The fact that you cannot just buy software now. You buy a subscription and never actually own anything.